Chapter 313, Kill Yin Shan. This chapter is updated by novels.pl. On each brute elephant's back stood a strong heavily armored sergeant. They held long spears with an aura of coldness, like devils. Zhang Yuochen, how can you escape this time? Holding a heavy sword, Goshizen leapt onto the wall. He stared at Zhang Yuochen from a distance. The eunuch, Kaolin and the archery master, Yin Shan appeared from the other two directions. Zhang Yuochen smiled. You guys again. You failed last time. You don't have the means to catch me, do you? Ho ho. You are overestimating yourself, you bloke. I want to know how strong you really are. Kaolin stomped on the ground suddenly, causing it to crack. With the help of the power of recoil, his speed exploded. Like a shadow he rushed toward Zhang Yuochen. At Kaolin's martial cultivation level, with speed exceeding the speed velocity, it was impossible to judge exactly how fast he was going. Zhang Yuochen could only see Kaolin's moves by using his spiritual power. Warriors who had reached the heaven realm had the advantage of using spiritual power to see. However, they couldn't be superior if fighting with Zhang Yuochen because of his sharper eyes and stronger spiritual power. The moment Kaolin moved, Zhang Yuochen started to move, too. Genuine chi surged rapidly through his meridians and rushed towards his left thumb. He pointed out and shot a magnificent red sword wave from his fingertip. There was an about 33 meters wide chi billow circle surrounding him with his finger at the very center. Phew! Under the power of sword wave, a stupefied Kaolin stretched out his hands to form a celestial body shield. Once a warrior's cultivation had reached the heaven realm, the celestial body shield would form when there was a qualitative change in genuine chi. The genuine chi spread out like celestial body shield chi. The higher one's martial cultivation was, the thicker and stronger his celestial body shield was. Bang! A magnificent power erupted from the collision between the sun meridian ripple and Kaolin's celestial body shield. Kaolin flew back. Blood flowed from the space between his fingers, bringing him an intense burning pain. His hands trembled ceaselessly. Sword chi had entered his body and was destroying his meridians. What strong sword wave! It broke my celestial body shield. Kaolin activated icing cold genuine chi to expel the invading sword chi from his body. What a pity that I have only reached small success. If I had achieved succeed, I could kill you with that blow. Zhang Yuochen said lightly. Don't talk rubbish with him. He is just wasting time. Goshizen pulled out his combat sword and shouted, Barbarian Elephant Army, obey my order. Go into the villa immediately. Kill all the people in it. No exceptions. There were only 300 barbarian elephant soldiers outside the villa, but their presence had already shocked people inexplicably. As if the sky would soon dim, the 300 barbarian elephant army warriors attacked at the same time. They charged into the villa and razed it to the ground. Zhang Yuochen infused genuine chi into cloud painting. The war map produced a vast amount of white mist, enveloping the whole villa and its peripheral area. The mist was like a piece of white cloud had fallen down from the sky. It was hard to discern a shadow beyond 10 steps. A huge barbarian elephant army appeared, and then an odd white fog covered the city. There must be something happening in the Death City. No one knows where the barbarian elephant army came from. It just popped up. It's so shocking. Even the millions of soldiers stationed in Death City cannot deter the barbarian elephant army. After activating the cloud painting, Zhang Yuochen put on the flying fish armor and sped out. Slash. He slashed his sword, chopping the legs off of a brute elephant. The elephant burst out a sad and shrill howl. Its enormous body fell to the ground. Their warrior standing on the back of the brute elephant thudded to the ground. Zhang Yuochen sped out of the white mist at the speed of sound. He slashed at the legs of brute elephants as he went. Several brute elephants were hurt. They whined up and down the whole property, causing the barbarian elephant army to panic. They couldn't even see Zhang Yuochen, so couldn't execute their combined attack. Activating the power of martial soul, Zhang Yuochen released space domain so he could see the situation in the villa clearly and surprised the barbarian elephant army. He detected the trace of archery master Yin Shan. With killing intent flashing in his eyes, he rushed towards Yin Shan. Yin Shan's magnificent archery skills were a great danger for Zhang Yuochen. He needed to kill Yin Shan. With the fog drifting through the manor, Yin Shan had lost sight of Zhang Yuochen, but he could sense where he was when he heard him move. Zhang Yuochen, who was as fast as the speed velocity, had already moved by the time Yin Shan heard him. All of a sudden, Yin Shan saw a shadow coming toward him. Perfect timing. Yin Shan moved his fingers quickly and put a phoenix feather arrow on the bowstring. As if it had a mind of its own, the phoenix feather arrow made a slight turn and flew towards Zhang Yuochen's chest. Dragon and elephant returning to earth. Zhang Yuochen struck out his palm. Genuine chi shot from his hand in the dragon shadow. The success of the fifth movement meant that Zhang Yuochen had broken the dragon and elephant prajna palm to the spiritual stage mid-class level. The power this technique could explode was stronger than most of the martial techniques of spiritual stage superior class. Dragon and elephant returning to earth was the third palm of dragon and elephant prajna palm. Although it was weaker than the fifth palm, it could still burst out sevenfold power, which was equivalent to the power of a spiritual stage superior class martial technique. A light dragon shadow flew out from Zhang Yuochen's palm and bounced off the phoenix feather arrow. The palm strength hit Yin Shan and forced him to stop. What a potent palm technique! Yin Shan's complexion changed. He felt all his spiritual blood stop. Like an invisible strength was squeezing his chest. Zhang Yuochen appeared on his left and stabbed him in the neck. Oh no! Yin Shan's face changed. Zhang Yuochen was too fast, it was too late. With no other solution in sight, Yin Shan had to infuse genuine chi into a string of jade beads. It was an amulet treasure that had cost him several million silver coins. With the inscription of jade beads activated, a 2-meter-long light shield appeared in the void space, guarding Yin Shan. Bang! But before the bis ancient sword, the light shield was broken immediately. Sword chi slashed through Yin Shan's neck. His eyes opened wide, the red bow in his hand fell to the ground. He was not moving anymore. Zhang Yuochen retrieved the abyss ancient sword and looked at the string of jade beads. Your amulet treasures class was too low. It could withstand others' swords, but not mine. TCH. A line of blood appeared on Yin Shan's neck, and it gushed out. Yin Shan's martial cultivation, which had reached the peak of the advanced stage of the Heaven Realm, was so great that he could fight with a warrior at the dawn state of the Heaven Realm. That's why he'd been able to harm Zhang Yuochen with his arrow last time. Even though he was an archery master, Zhang Ruoxun had been within steps of him. His magnificent archery skills were meaningless. He had been killed by Zhang Yuochen. It didn't mean that he was weaker. Zhang Yuochen had taken advantage of the situation. They should have entered the underground river by now. I should leave. The moment he tried to escape, a thundering voice boomed out from the white fog. Zhang Yuochen, give my daughter's life back. Jin Qin, dressed in a golden robe, rushed into the manor, crossing through layers of white fog. He hit Zhang Yuochen with his palm. Glang! The whole villa shook from the impact. Although Jin Qin was still 33 meters away, Zhang Yuochen's internal organs shook fiercely as if they had been broken to pieces. PFFT. Zhang Yuochen started bleeding. He was thrown back violently into the center of the prepared array. Jin Qin, the 10th greatest martial arts master in Square Commandery, had achieved the dawn state of the Heaven Realm. Besides, he was a 2-class master, so he could actually fight with warriors at the final state of the Heaven Realm. Facing Jin Qin, fighting against Yin Shan, Jin Yaon and the others was like fighting against children. There was a huge gap in their levels of strength. Such a strong superior punching with his full strength created an incredibly powerful momentum. Even a warrior with 10 times the power Zhang Yuochen had would be killed. Standing in the center of the array, Zhang Yuochen stomped fiercely on the ground. A stream of genuine chi surged from his soles, diverging into 32 streams of genuine chi and activating the 32 formation flags. The array of water, fire, wind and thunder. Boom! In a flash, the 32 formation flags produced a light column each nearly at the same time. The beams connected to form a huge array. Jin Qin's palm made a dent in the light wall, forming streams of surging ripples. Pointing his finger, Zhang Yuochen initiated the power of the array to attack Jin Qin. The 16 formation flags on Zhang Yuochen's left formed a power of water. On his right, a red power of fire appeared. The two kinds of power came together and began to spin in large spirals. Attack! The power of fire and water surged out to attack Jin Quan.